Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United agenda. And it is kicking off. It's heating up, should I say. Ten Hag, there's rumours regarding him, possibility working out a sort of like a little package to bring him to the club as far as reports are concerned. And also, we're going to be talking about Harry Maguire. So, welcome to the Man United agenda. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United agenda. And as always, we're joined by Rebel.
How we doing?
How we doing, sir? We've got TalkMU.
Yo.
Now we've got OMONDI. How are we, guys? How are we feeling? The news coming out of Old Trafford. Well, nothing's been clarified as yet, but there is suggestion United are considering working on a package at the moment for Ten Hag. I'm waving my white flag here right now because if that's the case, Pot is done. So I need to get my my magic one out and wave it and say, you know what, you guys were right. I was wrong. But listen, I'll still back the manager. I will support him 100%. I think this is a long project, and we've just got to back the manager and see what it comes out with, really. Rebel, going into this now, realizing that there's a slight possibility. How are you feeling? How's your reaction to that?
Well, today feels like a fine Irish breakfast. We've just seen the sausages go onto the frying pan. We're building up to getting the toast into the toaster, and it's all coming together like a beautiful sandwich.
All together right now.
I'll be honest with you. The speed that we normally criticize our club at moving at, it seems, at least on the reports, that they are maybe speeding up a bit. They're not quite Usain Bolt just yet, but we're increasing our speed in getting these appointments ready, because it is fair to say there's a lot to do in the summer window. It's an important window because we know there's a World Cup in the winter. Players are going to want to lock down where they're playing their football, and we need that manager to be in place and ready to go with Rangnick, with Fletcher, with Murta, and identifying the players that we intend to bring in, whoever they may be. But I'm buzzing, and folks, this is not a drill. I have other bits and pieces to say, but I'm going to let OMONDI kind of join the celebration Congo here.
Yes, you pass it on like a break dance. Yes, I'm taking that one on. Big up, man. Rebel, man. Your excitement is infectious. I feel it too. It's good about making key decisions, not waiting too long. We've had shows where we talked this over and over again. Rebel was, Solo was endorsing Poch. We didn't like it. We liked Ten Hag. Yesterday we did a show about Ferguson endorsing Poch again. We didn't like it. We liked Ten Hag. And finally today they've made a move. It seems a step in the right direction, I think, for the club. And I just want to say thank you to Ralph Rangnick. He's come in, and regardless of what people are saying about, oh, no, on the field, we haven't really performed, he's had a numerous amount of jobs to do. And I think he's been part and parcel of this. And post this season, hopefully we'll get to hear about the work he's really done, because as we know, he's not just a coach. He can manage all levels of the club. And I think that's what he's been doing in attracting Ten Hag to our club, because he can see his long-term vision, how he wants to play. They play a similar style of brand of football. I also think Ten Hag is the right man. He's young, he's fresh, he can revive this team, and his interview must have gone really well. I'm really positive about United today. I feel it. I'm feeling good, and
Ready? I'm on the wait for it. I feel it in your fingers.
You're full of tune tonight, aren't you? You've been coming around this one.
Yeah. I think he's been on karaoke or something like that.
I know. Be careful what we say now, because he's going to find a tune out of everything. I'm really happy at the moment. I just want to see what else is done in the next few days to really clarify it, because you don't know until that deal is done. It's stamped on. But yeah, I love Ten Hag, love his style of football, and that he suits us to the ground.
Talk.
Yes, look, seems the days of procrastinating and filibustering are gone. At Old Trafford, you know what I mean? We're not in that mindset anymore of like dawdling. We dawdle on the field, We dawdled in the offices. He dawdled on the deal. It took us 2 years to sign Jadon Sancho. This, for me, is fantastic news. I'm definitely with OMONDI and Rebel.
Oh, thanks. What about me?
So well, you're the host, so I don't know what you've got to say yet. And also I know that your leaning is in a different direction, which I don't lean in. So yeah, but no, listen, it's very exciting, and I just hope that this is actually, for real, and it gets done and agreed, and we get to find out sooner rather than later.
So obviously, guys, we know the rumor was this last week that he did have an interview with the board, and as far as they're concerned, they did really and truly like him, but they didn't want to they still had to interview other people. And I believe, if I'm right to say, they interview Poch this week, and also is it Enrique they interviewed as well. But for some reason or another, now it's almost like all the information start gathering pace now with Ten Hag, seeming like the sources are that they're working out some sort of package deal for him to come to Manchester United. Now, we know as Man United fan, until we see Ten Hag signing something or holding something up, it's almost like it's Manchester United. We don't know what the next twist or turn going to be, or what the next information is going to leak. Tomorrow could be something totally different that's going to leak, and it's going to come out with, they're gone in for, I don't know, another manager or something like that. So for me, I'm very cautious. But like I said on the channel right at the start, it's a project. And I'm hoping it's going to be something like, they give him like a 5-year deal, but stick to that 5-year deal. Stick to it. Build and bring some of these youngsters through that we talk about quite often on the channel, and utilize. And Bruno Fernandes apparently is getting a new contract. Then obviously you got the Luke Shaw contract, and also with the Rashford. Hopefully with having those guys at the club can help the youngsters who Ten Hag will bring in and also nurture to bring through the team. So again, Amanda, going back to you with this, because I know you talk about the youth with it. Ten Hag, the deal, obviously, it's a good deal for Man United, and it's about rebuilding process now. But will the club give him this rebuilding task to do? Will they allow him to rebuild, do you reckon?
This is a message to all the fans out there right now. It's not about the club sometimes. It's about, we're going to move on to booing anyway. Fans have a lot of influence. If after, say, 5-6 months, we're not doing too well, we're out of the top 4, we're losing games, but we are developing, we are learning. The uneducated fans out there, they're the ones who are going to be booing us. And that's what happened to Moyes as well. Moyes was given an endorsement by the guy that was our saviour in Ferguson. But he was booted out after not so long because the pressure from the fans didn't like what they were seeing. So, like you said, Solo, it's a project. If you sign a 5-year contract, there's got to be some sort of conditions to say, guys, we might not be ready in the next year or so. Don't expect a quick thing. We've been looking for the quick thing ever since Ferguson left, piling in money, getting big players, big name players, everything else. This, as you said, Solo, is a project. So I speak to all the fans out there. Be patient, guys. Okay? If you want to close the gap on Liverpool and Man City, be patient with a manager. We've got the right manager. We've got the right amount of staff now. We're weeding out the terrible players with bad mind and all that kind of thing. And it's important now that the fans now take responsibility. Stop stupid negativity. Stop coming down on players. Let's endorse players. Let's get behind them. Like this season, for example, the players we got in the club, just get behind them. What's the point in getting on their back when they could be doing something for us? You know, it doesn't help. So I think youth is important. As we see with Ten Hag, he's really creative with the youth, brings them through. We've got Ryan Gravenshaw, whatever his name is. He's a top player. Since he's been 16, he's come through the ranks. And there's no issue about age at Ajax. You know, if you're good enough, you can come in and play. And the same should apply for a lot of Man United players. We've seen Angel Gomez leave the club. And that broke my heart, to be fair, because I've watched him throughout youth football. I watched a lot of youth football with Man United. And he's one of the players of the last decade where I felt, wow, we could build a team around this guy. Because he plays that nice, beautiful game of football, the way it should be played. And we just let him go. Or we didn't meet his demands, or whatever went wrong there. It was a big error in my opinion. Now he's at Lille, doing okay over there, not getting game after game, but he's developing. And I think I'd rather see him at Man United, you know, because he's an English player. He's known to the club. came through the ranks at the club. So it's players like that I feel Ten Hag will keep hold of and won't make that mistake and develop them the right way and keep them hungry and that kind of thing. And we have got a good youth set up now. There's a lot of players, I don't want to reel them off, that we all know about that could be coming through, and they should be excited right now by this appointment and the direction the club's going. So yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Talk.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be a conversation here. You know, we know our philosophy, one of our philosophies at the club, sort of, I don't know if it was revived or introduced by Sir Alex Ferguson, but it's communication. Now, there's got to be some communication in these talks, in these interviews about what the remit is both ways. You know, this isn't just a one-way thing here where the manager turns up and goes, you know, I'll do whatever you want, just give me the job. No, he's going to have his own ideas. And hopefully the conversation has been around, look, how much time am I going to get here to implement my plans? And also, I do want to instill and bring in some of the youth players. And we know Amonde says he watches a lot of the youth stuff, and there is, I don't know if you'll agree, Amonde, but there's three, in my opinion, who I think are ready right now. One is Will Fish, who's currently loaned at Stockport. He's absolutely been playing brilliant for them, the centre-back. Shoretere, because he can play as a winger, a 9 or a 10, but he's been banging the goals in. And young Garner, you know, James Garner, brilliant. He's got so many great qualities when it comes to the midfield play. So for me, I think they're the kind of players that he should be looking, whoever does come in, to slowly, you know, bleed them in slowly. But I want to see that early on, not later on, and not just sort of going out and spending mega bucks, hoping for a quick fix, because as we know, we've tried that too many times. Bad recruitment fails.
Rebel?
Absolutely. I suppose let's look at the timeline of events here, just so we can maybe identify what's going on. We've clearly had the interview with Erik ten Hag, and they were very impressed with how he came across. It should be noted that Ajax didn't come in the way of facilitating that interview, so they obviously are open to the fact that they could be losing their man as manager. That is the key thing in this whole situation, and they haven't tried to frustrate the situation at any point to date. The other thing is now, it seems that, according to the sources in the media, that they are trying to instigate a dialogue with the club in order to finalize a compensation package. So, having identified that he may leave, it does seem like the fact that he may or may not be able to be announced isn't that big an issue. That apparently that is one of the elements as well, along with the financial compensation that they are looking at, is how they will handle such an announcement should it come to pass. And we have seen, as is the form at Manchester United, the formal, this is premature, nothing is finalised, blah, covering statement, because obviously they are being very respectful of Ajax. And I have no doubt if they are also sounding out the compensation package, as would possibly be a good business process with PSG for Pochettino, they are being very respectful of that too. But the signs are showing that everything is being put in place to bring Erik ten Hag to Man United, and that, for Manchester United fans, should be a very, very exciting concept.
So, guys, 15 in the chat at the moment. We are on, if I am correct to say, 22 likes so far. So hit that like. Doesn't cost anything. It's very free. Also, guys, just to let you know, there is a phone number in the top of the comments. If you would like to get your score prediction in for Leicester versus Manchester United this weekend coming up, please, guys, the phone number is there. All you need to do is just send us your score prediction on a WhatsApp message, and we'll get you onto the show. So also, guys, we're on the road to 1.5k subscribers. Just hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And for everyone in the chat, big up, thank you as always for all your support. We've got Mr. B in the building, TalkMU. Yep, Talk, you're here, but you're there as well. We've got Pat, a member as well. Pat's been a long-term member with us as well. Big up Pat as well in the chat. Bath time with Vaughan. Unfortunately, bath time, me and you seem like we got the white flag out. Box is in the building as well. Matthew Bassett is here. Patrick's in the building as well. The Man United gender is in the building as well. Anthony Herbert.
I thought for a second, sorry, Flo, I thought you was going to burst into Dido then, white flag.
Oh no! Silver Fox is in the building. We got the Arsenal guys.
It's a classic. It's a
Lukaku Daniels in the building as well. But listen, guys, I'm not the one doing the comments. It's going to be Rebel. Would you mind taking some of these away? And we are going to try to utilize some of these comments and answer them back, guys. So bear with us. So Rebel.
First of all, you did mention the number. It is on your screens down below for those videos. So make sure that you do hit us up with your score predictions. We have Leicester, of course, this weekend. Preview show to come and a live watch along with TalkMU.
Live watch along.
Yes.
First of all, Mr. Silver Fox, he knows how much I was buzzing. I got a video out on TikTok. I hit out a famous office scene starring Steve Carell. So be on the lookout for that. Matthew Bassett says, Ten Hag, here we go. So he's preempting an announcement from a certain journalist. Pat Lawless is coming to us and he's saying, evening, gentlemen. Ten Hag can only be positive working with Ranić. So
working 9 till 5.
Well, actually, can I just say quickly to Pat? Listen, Pat, because you remember, you are entitled to come on to the Friday Night Takeaway with Mr. B and me.
Yes, you are.
If you so wish. That's one of the perks of being a member. So if you want to come on the Friday Night Takeaway, mate, get in touch with us. Love to have you on.
The number is there, Pat. The number is there for you to reach out to if you need it.
Go on. Sorry, Rebel.
Matthew Bassett is back with us there again. He's saying, do you think that Ten Hag has a say in the Rashford, Shaw and Bruno contracts? You'd imagine that would have been mentioned to him and his thought process on it if they were looking to appoint it. And imagine it was mentioned to any of the managers who they wanted contracts renewed for. Then we have the Silver Fox saying, Solo or Marty Pello. I can't tell the difference. No doubt this news has made him wet.
That's one, Mr. Silver Fox, man.
Very good.
Matthew Bassett back in again. Ten Hag blew them away. He says Pochettino disappointed them in the interview process. Bat time with Vaughan in the house. He's saying, where's the story coming from? And what's the story with when the appointment would take place? It's breaking out of Sky Sports News. And I would imagine it is in the season because Ajax do have a league campaign to finish. Bat time with Vaughan also says he doesn't want to live in a world where he can't publicly diss politicians or lazy footballers. Matthew Bassett back again. He says, imagine what Ten Hag will do with Garner, Levitt, Lair, Garnacho, McNeil, et al. So he's echoing the points of OMONDI and talking.
You know what? Yeah, OMONDI and I think Matthew and OMONDI need to get together because these two with these players, it's great news though. I'm sort of excited to see like what we can produce from this youth academy. So bring it on. Well,
the best assets that you bring from the youth academy is hunger, desire, and energy.
Free from
exactly
desire.
What we're looking. Yeah, go on. Come on, Rebel. Let's hear it.
Bat time with Vaughan back with us with another comment. Do we have a tour this summer? That's traditionally when we.
It's always in Australia, isn't it? It's always Australia. Always Australia.
Or America.
Not over the last few years. It hasn't been.
Box has already given us the answer to that.
Box is in the answer. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. I'll let you do the comments. I'm not touching it.
Bat time with Vaughan says, for fuck's sake, was that the place where Pogba first started his drama antics? I'm not sure what that is in reference to.
Australia.
Australia,
yeah.
Oh, with Jose.
Pat Lawless says, now we can return to channeling our hatred back towards the Scousers, just like the good old days.
Yes.
And again, just to remind you, there's the number for all of you in the chat to get your score predictions in. Box says, we need to stick to COVID era pre-seasons where we play village teams like Preston. And Bat Time says, I think we should have a friendly in a League 2 stadium every year. And Rush Mano's in the building. Diz Mob is in the building. UK Strange is in the building. And Patrick Syke is in the building. And so is Mr. Ice Cool, Mr. B. And the final comment I have for you is a question to the learned professor of defense, OMONDI Juma. I know you like Harry Maguire, but who is he better working alongside with at the club an international level, even though he gets booed. We'll come to
We'll
that
come
one
back to
later
that.
on.
We'll come to that later on.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
So I'll flick through some of these.
Yo,
So big up, guys. 15 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, guys. We are on the road to 1.5k subscribers. Without you guys in the chat and everything, we wouldn't have a channel. But it's myself solo, Rebel.
Half time, man.
I know it's got away with words, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Actually,
Half time, you get it.
just actually briefly, because it's not in the lineup for tonight, I have seen a story surrounding Rashford that a young 19-year-old has received a prison sentence for the abuse that he directed in his direction.
Well,
so it looks like the sporting authorities are being very much actioning any sort of misbehavior of that nature, which is good to see.
Excellent, excellent. So we've got, let's just go through big up Rush. Rush is in the building as well. Okay. And then
Lukiko.
big up Lukiko. Big up. Right, next topic, next subject now, because I can see some of our bath times coming in now.
This is going to be an interesting 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, so guys, Harry, Captain Fantastic, got boo on international duty. Now, guys, for me, looking at Saragas in the building as well, welcome. It's almost, I'm going to go back to this. It's almost like everyone's very excited at the moment with the whole Ten Hag situation. Wow, everyone is. Yeah, everyone is. Everyone's in. 18 in the chat, guys. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get 30 likes before we come off air, at least, guys. Come on, let's do it. So we're looking at a Sheffield United graduate in the one and only Harry Maguire. Guys, Harry Maguire, club this season, he hasn't really and truly performed at his standard. Last season, when we reached the Europa League final for Manchester United, he was a big miss. I wasn't his biggest fan, but I got to say, OMONDI convinced me. I think OMONDI convinced me and Mr. B by the end of this sort of like up to the final that without him, we probably would have lost the final. And guess what, guys? He got injured and we lost the final. Then, obviously, he went on. He had a really successful time at England, with England as well. Missed the first 2 games. Again, not his biggest fan, but I thought to myself, Mings would have gone in because I like Mings. I thought Mings would have done well. He did well the first game. But then Harry Maguire came in and he just shored every single thing up at the back. Took England to the final. We lost the final. England lost the final. So, guys, why do you think... Let's go to OMONDI because OMONDI, you're the man to go to with this to begin with. Why do you think all of a sudden these people are booing him? What's behind the whole thing? And I'm not sitting there, I'm not condoning booing any players whatsoever. I just don't think it's right.
Look, all right, you said about Harry Maguire. I just want to praise Harry Maguire by saying this. He started at Sheffield United, he's gone to Hull, got relegated, whatever, you know the story. And he's 28, 29 now. So 5 years ago, he was selected to play in the World Cup and he stepped up. And every level he's gone up, he's stepped up and overachieved for a man of his ability. We know his limitations. We've seen it this season. We know what he's capable of. We know what he struggles with. And I think he's been a success based on where he's come from. Why was he youth academy product of one of the big clubs? You know, because maybe he didn't have the ability back then. But he's worked hard, got himself, a bit like Robinson, the left back from Liverpool, who also at Hull and came from Scotland. They've worked hard and put themselves in a position and overachieving, I believe. Harry Maguire has been fantastic for England. Obviously, like you said, got to the semi-final of the World Cup, was in team in a tournament, got to the Euro final, took a penalty as well. Everyone was thinking, oh, God, here we go, another Southgate. And he banged it away, you know, showed a lot of character there. This season, I was praising him last season. This season, he's been off the pace. He's been poor. He's been a bit exposed a lot of the time. And I throw my hands up and say, yeah, that is true. That is true. But I don't know. I think you have to ask the people that boo. But I think if he's playing poorly, you can critique the guy and say you're not doing this well, whatever, and it's poor performance. And I understand that. United fans especially need to, look at it and say, my gosh, maybe he needs to be dropped. All those questions have been asked this year. They've been saying Lindros should come in for him. It's been said, and I sort of agree with it in some respects. But when it comes to sort of going to play for England now, and him getting booed like that, you saw the reaction of the coach, everything else. They defend him. They have to defend him because it's strange. I remember John Barnes used to come on and get booed because they expected him to perform the way he performed for Liverpool. And every time England played under Graham Taylor, whatever, he always had two men on him. But he wasn't selfish. He just pop the ball off and create space for others. He wasn't sort of that ego maniac kind of thing. And I still feel Barnes played decent for England. Played pretty well and used what he had. And but in the English game, he was a completely different player, some would say. But same with Maguire. I think there's people saying he plays better for England. I don't believe that. He's still the same player. I just think whatever's going on with him is spiritual, it's emotional. We don't know yet, but he's not performed to the highest. You have to have thick skin to be a footballer, but when you're getting booed like that by your own nation, you have to question it as well. People were getting behind Rashford and Sancho and Saka when they were getting booed for missing penalties, for example. David Beckham, after 1998, he made a stupid mistake. Maybe he shouldn't have got sent off for that thing on Diego Simeone. He came back and got booed for years, and then a couple of years later, he scored the goal against Greece and took us to the World Cup final, and he was captain, and he was running up and down and doing all kinds of things and showed a lot of character. I think this could be the making of Harry Maguire. We've seen the lows of low, and I mean, could it get any lower than that, playing in front of your home fans and getting booed like that? If he shows character, he can come back, do something maybe this season, maybe do something in England in the World Cup and prove himself, Who knows? But this is a real test for him. We can't, we were talking earlier, just last point, we were talking earlier about fans. We have a right to sort of, speak our views. This is why we have shows like this, But then there was a fan, you said, Rebel, who got fined for saying something about online about Rashford. And he's gone to prison. So what are the effects? Who's the victim here? Rashford is a victim in that sense. Now, a victim or for being booed or whatever, it's not nice for his mentality, for his motivation, everything else. So there's going to be no one's going to be accountable for that. No one will be made accountable for that. But Maguire needs to reflect on this season, say, have I still got it? Work on the areas of his game which need improving, and come back and stick it up everyone's backside next season or whatever in the World Cup, or get us to top 4 or do whatever and prove. That's what character really comes from. Being on your face and getting yourself back up and saying to everyone, F you, like Beckham did against Greece. So I don't like it. I don't like the boos. I still think there's a player in Maguire. But I think you need to get behind him. I can criticize him. I'm not. Everyone says, I endorse Maguire all the time for no reason. Yeah, he's played poorly. I'm saying it now. Quote me. He's played poor. But while he's there and while he's still there, I want him to improve. I want him to better his game and get back to where he was maybe a year ago. He's still got it. Still got it. I wouldn't sell him either. It's the price tag. It's a slap head, and there's also a lot of social media as well, which creates all this kind of thing. People are trending. Who's trending this week? Chris Rock for getting slapped for some fake thing. He'd be trending. Next week be someone else. So this is the way of the world these days. You can't do nothing about it.
Speaking of showing support, a big up and a thank you to Rush Man for the super chat. He says,
"Thank you, Rush. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Rush.
Really, I like Maguire, but he has been very nervy for United. And the last game, the Old Trafford faithful started to get on his back. Hopefully, his form picks up. A big thank you for that super chat, Rush.
Big up. Thank you so much, Rush. Thank you. 18 in the chat, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button if you are new to it. Del Boy Gunner, we're gonna try and bring him on the show as well. He's in the chat as well. So sorry. Let's go now to talk.
Yes. Look, I'm with OMONDI. I can't make head and tail of people booing Harry Maguire, especially before a game. That is totally nonsensical. I mean, and yeah, we have to separate his poor form for club. His form for country has been great, as we all know. And I know there's somebody in the chat was talking about that they were booing Southgate's decision.
Emma.
Maybe. So you know what? This is something that I heard as well elsewhere. Is that what has this all been misunderstood? Were they booing? Was that sort of directed towards? But even if it was, then it still goes back to, okay, well, what decision are you booing for? bringing Harry Maguire, starting Harry Maguire. So therefore, you've got a problem with Harry Maguire. But even then, it still doesn't add up. Not in any way at all does this add up. And again, look, yeah, are you going to stop fans from booing and all that kind of stuff? No, you're not. But there has to be some kind of, you've got to use your head in this kind of situation. Before a match is totally ridiculous. After the match, if you'd have played that match and done something ridiculous, gone in 2-footed challenge, fizz bang wallop, red card, wallop, right? Yeah, there you go. What have you done that for? Then you've got a reason. But as it stands right now, you cannot tell me as well that all those fans who were booing were all Man United fans. No, not a chance.
So,
No
Rebel.
Look, I suppose when you're talking about a player, we as armchair pundits are always going to be entitled to an opinion. We are entitled to a critique, but it comes to a point where you have to ask yourself, are you crossing the line between fair comment and being bang out of order and making abusive remarks about a player? And for me, some of the stuff that we've seen does cross that line. Now, is it the case in Harry Maguire's situation? That is yet to come to play, because we are seeing now varying views on who the boos are being directed at. But I think it is important, and we have mentioned this on the show in regards to other players, mental health is very important. And I don't think we give enough credence to these who we believe high net worth individuals would be oblivious or immune to it. They're not. And we do need to be cognizant of the effect of what is done has on them. We're entitled to fair comment, we're entitled to critique, but we need to make sure we do not cross that line. Now, I do want to hit on the comment that Rush Mano made. And I think maybe when a new manager comes in, there could be opportunity for this to take place. And that is Harry Maguire playing without the burden of the armband on him. That could be a changing day for Harry Maguire, in that he can then go back to focusing on his football. And when a new permanent manager comes in, it probably takes away some of the issues around changing captaincies, because a new manager is going to put their blueprint, their stamp on the matter. So it could be an opportunity to take that burden away from Harry Maguire and just make him a central defender whose job it is to make sure he's performing to the utmost that he can.
I'm going to go on to this one here, and I think Mr. B said it as well, and I think I was thinking it. I was listening to like a channel this morning, and basically they were talking about the whole thing with Harry Maguire and Ben White. Obviously, the game was at Wembley, and what's the closest ground to Wembley? Arsenal.
QPR.
And well, apart from QPR, sorry, big. Well, QPR is in their own term, they're big. But Arsenal, and obviously you got Tottenham. But I don't think it's nothing to do with Tottenham. I think it's the whole. We're not sure if the booing now was to do with Southgate or it was Harry Maguire. But if the booing was to do with Harry Maguire, it's all going to be surrounding this whole thing with Ben White, where people are saying because he's played 5 months and apparently he's this new messiah and this new savior, all of a sudden he should be playing ahead of Harry Maguire. But the problem he has is Harry Maguire have taken England to a certain level that Ben White hasn't been. Ben White has only been on the scene now for a few minutes, and all of a sudden he should just come in and take over at centre back for England. What the problem is, and we as England fan are fickled. And the reason I say we're fickled is because every year we think, oh, England should win the World Cup, England should do this, England should do that. Yes, they should. But when there's a consistent changes of players week in, week out, you're not being consistent, you're breaking up the back four if there's no injury, or you're taking this player, that player. You've got a manager now who is very consistent in every single thing he does to try and take England to the next level. But then yet you have fans out there who are booing a player because he plays for Man United, and you think because Ben White should be playing. That doesn't justify anything for me at all. Stick with Harry Maguire, stick with the system. Same thing with, I'm going to come off the subject a little bit, same thing with Sterling in the last campaign. Sterling shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, but he was our best player in the tournament. Just saying. So, guys, let's wrap it up. Was it justified? Yes or no? Simple. In the comments, was it justified, the booing? I'm saying it wasn't justified.
Wait. To answer this question, you have to ask the people that were booing.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to say, I don't mind people can boo, whatever, but then tell me the reason why you're booing.
Yeah,
What is
that's
it
it.
to do with?
Yeah.
Once we establish that, then we say, okay, I understand he's had what? Are you booing because he had poor form for Man United? So, do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Are you booing because you want him to do well, not do well for England? You know? Were you booing Ben White the other day when he made that mistake? No, you would get behind him because he's the new kid on the block, isn't he? But it wasn't so
And
long
also-
ago. White was that guy. So you've got to get behind players. I believe, look, I'm not tribal with football. You all know that. I just believe the booing is like an NBA when you're taking your free shots. They're behind there doing, waving, trying to put you off. That's why they call it 12th man. You can do things to put people off. You understand what I'm saying? And all kind of vile things are said in football to put people off. But as a professional, you're supposed to block that out. But when you go to your national team, my thing is this: when you go to your national team in your national stadium at home, if with 80,000 Wembley fans at Wembley, and they're booing you, my question is why? So when we're going out, let's take our microphone and let's ask the people out there, and even ask people in the comments, why do you think they were booing?
Typical Arsenal fan, isn't it? Typical Arsenal
Yeah.
fan.
More United fans in London than Arsenal fans. But no, you're right. You're bang on there Monday, and it's we forget, don't we, that what is going on now in Harry Maguire's mind. I mean, sure, you're going to sit there and ask yourself the question if you're Harry Maguire. Wait a minute, what's going on here? I know I've been not my best because he's said so himself for Man United, but I've been great for England. We've always been great for England. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting booed. What's all that about? Talk about knocking a player just before we enter a major tournament that we've worked hard to get to on the back of good form. I mean, it makes no sense. It's just total idiocy. It's idiocy, if you ask me. It really is.
Yeah. And some of the, Monday, I'm sorry, Rebel, do you want to go through some of these comments? Because there is some of them about taking the captain's armband away from him. As a Man United fan, and basically I'm trying to be as neutral as possible, I've always said it. He shouldn't be captain anyway. So that's my thing with it. But just go through the comments, Rebel, and then we can pick up on it.
I suppose just to answer that one, because Vaughan did kind of direct that towards me, there has been very little evidence of players improving following having the removal of that responsibility. In 9 out of 10 times, that player has probably moved on from the club after having that sort of a treatment. But you have to give it a chance, because if he can't improve with the band, then you have to take the chance and roll the dice that there might be some bit of a recourse. But the comments here, we have Rushmano saying, by the way, I don't see United taking the armband from Maguire. United will see this as a failure. That is a very good point in regards to that. Emma is coming in with, honestly, it's a bit weird how the English media have been so up this thing about a player being booed before a game. Don't think it's happened in my country. Well, and the other thing to remember is we have a player called James McLean. He's constantly been the source of disgruntled fan behaviour. But
can we ask Emma where Emma is from?
Yeah, where are you from, Emma? What
where are you
what
from?
country
Where
are you from,
Emma?
Actually, also, whilst we're talking it out, I'm just gonna pop in some stats here just to back up what we've been saying about Harry Maguire there for his England. So this is his current campaign stats. And obviously, we're looking here. Well, the reason why we're doing this is because if these stats were then compared to the Man United stats, obviously there's a huge difference. That's where the problem is for Man United fans. You know what I mean? But in terms of booing him wearing an England shirt before he goes into a game, these stats and also these ones, which is Euro stats, tell the difference. I mean, I don't know. I can't make any sense at all from it. It's just totally bizarre. And look at those stats there. That was our Euro 2020 run, getting all the way to the final. And look at those stats.
Can I just say, imagine Denmark when they're qualifying for the Euros in '92 and they failed to qualify, the fans booing them. And then suddenly, a few months later, they turn it around and beat Germany, beat Netherlands, or beat all these other big teams and win it. That's the thing. So character, it's all about character now. You have to step up, show the character, and turn this around and stick it up to them, because that's the only thing Harry Maguire can do right now.
Yeah,
actually,
and it is right. Go on.
Interestingly, actually, sorry. You did mention the comparative between English form and club form. Would anybody find fault with Pickford in an English shirt? Absolutely not. He's been fantastic in an English shirt. Has he been that way in an Everton shirt? Heck no. But
No.
you do not see this level of discord happening when he appears in an English shirt. And as you said, as evidenced by your stats there, TALKMU, there is no reason why Harry Maguire in an England shirt should be getting that sort of treatment.
Yeah, exactly,
right,
bro.
100%. 17 in the chat, guys. Hit that like. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe. There's still quite a few comments here. Rebel, do you want to continue them, please, before we go on? And Emma is from Denmark as well. 20 in the chat. Welcome, Emma, all the way from Denmark. I know you've been here for
big
a while.
up Denmark.
Christian Eriksen getting 2 goals in his international return.
Brilliant. Yeah, is absolutely amazing, mate. Absolutely amazing. Yes, it was a beauty as well, wasn't it, his goal?
Cracker. Absolute cracker. But let's get on to the topic at hand. Patrick Sykes says, take captaincy off him, but he was reported he loves the fact that he has it on, and that has clashed with Ronaldo in dressing room. I hope his ego isn't that way, but just a rumour. Patrick also says, OMONDI, you were talking like Ian Wright. It's coming home. No way.
Hello, why not? Listen, sorry, Rebel. Last, when was it? Well, anyway, just before the Euro started, I'd watched I think it was the last game before the Euro started for England. And that's when I said, you know what? I'm putting England in the final. And everybody's laughing at me. Do you remember? I said England in the final, and everyone was like, no way, they're not this, they're not that. And I was like, well, I've seen enough there for us to get to the final. And lo and behold, we get to the final. And I'm going to say it again right here, right now. Clip it if you like. England are going to win the World Cup. End of story.
And
there you go.
And if they don't, TALKMU is going to appear on the channel in full Liverpool kit.
No, he's not. Not on this channel. He's not. Not on this channel. He's no way coming on this channel.
In his final appearance on Man United Agenda.
No. You take that somewhere else.
Rushmano says Maguire needs to use his England performances to take back his club level. And he also says, I'm sure with Maguire it's a mental thing. Box says England are lucky to have Maguire.
Yeah.
Saragon, Maguire fragile this season. I think it would help if he didn't have the burden of the captaincy. Bat time with Vaughan. Thomas Gravison probably booed his own teammates for the banter.
You got Emma as well. One from Emma there.
Southgate said he picked players on form and talked to Kyle Walker about letting some young ones get a chance. Why couldn't he do that with Harry Maguire? Interesting.
See, that's interesting. That is,
we heard what Southgate said before when he picked the squad. He was asked about Harry Maguire, and Southgate said, I can't do without him. He's a dead cert in the side based on what he's done since he's been there. He's really performed at the highest level, and it's no-brainer for him. Harry Maguire had to be there.
Not only that, Monday, you've got to think of the value of what Harry Maguire brings to the squad and squad harmony. You know, this is not just about players turning up and going out on a pitch and going, you know, pass, kick, move, try and score a goal. There's a lot more to it, and this is where I also have to give Southgate great credit in terms of getting rid of that whole kind of, you know, that kind of segregating themselves as teams. So Man United players sitting on their own, Liverpool players sitting on their own, Chelsea players sitting on their own. He's got rid of all that, and there's more of a team camaraderie now, and everybody focused on the same goal. And I believe Harry Maguire is probably a big part of that. So there is that also as well.
Good point.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Rushmano says he loves England TALKMU, but bloody Nora, I mean, not that mad. Pat Lawrence says he wished Shaw and Maguire would be coming home. And finally, Saragon says England aren't winning nothing with Southgate. He's tactically limited.
Yeah, guys, also there is right now as we talk 28 likes and 20 in the chat, so come on guys, let's get the numbers up, guys. Surprise guys, Monday is going to be our 1-year anniversary on the agenda.
Wow.
Yep, so that's guys, everyone right now 19 in the chat, make sure you do tune in. We've got a resident guest coming on as always. He'll be with us on Monday at 8:30, so make sure you tune in for that one. But we might be doing a little giveaway on the 1-year anniversary. We're coming up with a little plan of action, but you could find yourself winning a United Agenda hoodie. So make sure you stay tuned for 1 year anniversary.
Let's just show that beautiful thing whilst we're talking about it, because I love it. It's absolutely delightful. And there you see, folks. Can you set that comment away, please? There we go. So look at that. So you can have on it. You can have any text you want. You can have on, but this is my favorite. It's good evening, because it's.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Hold the phone.
Go on. I'm holding the phone. Right, it's all good.
Rush,
it's all good.
Again, Rush is smashing it tonight. Rush, listen, really appreciate your support. Absolutely appreciate that. Thank you so much, Rush. Really appreciate it.
What a legend.
He says Maguire needs top competition. Then once and for all, we will know. So I think that's a great point from Rush. And again, thank you.
Yeah. Do you know what, actually? Because when you look at it, has Varane been top competition? I wouldn't say so.
He's been injured most of the season, isn't he?
But exactly. There you go. So has he been pushed, to his absolute maximum? We don't know. And also, we do have to bear in mind, what is the vision for the club going forward under the new manager, under the new coaching staff, the new regime? It's, I think it'd be quite stupid of us to say that, it's time to get rid of him now, new manager come in and bring in his own defenders and all the rest of it. No, because we all know that Harry Maguire has a certain set of skills that are, really, really, he's a good player. We know he is. So this season's just been a bad season, but under a new regime, we may see a totally different Harry Maguire.
So talking to you, it's what you're saying, that he has a particular set of skills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got a particular set of skills.
I got
a skill. Don't want me there.
Look, we know Harry Maguire is a bit limited, a bit slow. He doesn't like people running at him. Certain things. It's not, your centre back is not a single position. It's a team sport. You've got partnerships. So I think if you have a partnership and a defence as a unit, you've got to play to each other's strengths, So I know, boy, I'm going to sweep in behind this guy because he's a bit slow. Or I know this guy's going to win his headers. So I'm you learn how to play with each other, and you build up a familiarity with each other. And hopefully we see a better partnership going forward, and hopefully Varane, for example, will learn to play with Maguire and say, right, I've seen this guy, he struggles with A, B, and C. Let me just pick up the pieces sometimes, That's what partnerships are for. We had, just for example, Steve Bruce and Pallister, they won several titles for us, and Steve Bruce
Vidic and Ferdinand, Rolls Royce.
No. My point is,
Steve Bruce
never got an England cap, and he was probably our outstanding centre back. But Pallister
he wasn't the biggest either.
Yeah, and he had force. You run at him. Remember the 4-0 against Barcelona? There's been certain games with Steve Bruce being out of his element, maybe. But playing with, being familiar with someone, playing that same unit, time and time again, we play to our strengths and to try to cover up our weaknesses.
Also,
and Monday, do you want to take that comment from Patrick just on Maguire? He says,
Patrick says, I've watched closely at Madrid, at the Madrid match. This is recently at Old Trafford. Maguire and Varane as a partnership. He said they don't communicate together completely. A mismatch, lads. So yeah, they got a lot of work. They got a lot of work to do.
But
in that
also on the back of that is, if you look at the defensive, the midfield issue as well. It's almost as if our defenders at times are having to do two jobs in one. You know what I mean? If
we're not getting in the midfield talk, we're talking about
get caught out. Yeah, but
this
is all in terms of what Maguire, where his faults have been this season. If you go back,
talk. You can't say about Maguire's fault at Old Trafford. The whole team, Man United as a whole, has been poor all season.
Yeah, I know that.
But hold on. I think I have to back talk up here. Like we were saying earlier, a few months ago, we had Ollie in charge, and I think we kept getting counted on time and time again. And Maguire doesn't like that. He wants to secure people in front of him, where we're not getting people running at him all the time. That's his weakness. And that's happened over and over again with our people bypassing the midfield, or our midfield being ahead of the play. This was happening time and time again. And you only have to look at the games. From the start of the season, we were far too open. And it got the peak for me was when Liverpool were completely walked all over us, I remember Wolves doing it previously in our first fixture we had with them as well.
Torre, Johnson, baby oil, innit?
Our midfield all over the place, two-man midfield. So I think the structure of the team needs to be built, and and when you're building the structure of the team, which hopefully our new manager would do, they will sort of compensate for these areas of weaknesses that we have.
Yeah.
Can I just come in briefly? There's another take from another media source saying that Manchester United and Ajax have already discussed Ten Hag announcement and the compensation fee. So they're going a step further than what Sky were reporting and saying that it's already in the pipeline.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, 17 in the chat, guys. Just make sure you're hitting that like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have hit the 30, 21. Rebel, just go through some of these. I'm going to hit them. Just go through some of these quickly. Solo, no, I'm not. Sorry. What's that? Giving away? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we do get a bonus. Yeah, we get a bonus. We get an
everyone gets a bonus. Happy birthday, Mr. Herbert.
Happy birthday, yes, indeed.
Yeah, big up.
Where's the other Herbert? We haven't seen him this week.
Yeah.
On Monday, destroyed him at the quiz. I felt sorry for him the other night.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I was paining him. I was like,
on Monday, killed him.
You know
what? Monday, absolutely killed
Anybody
him.
now who has a go at me for only getting 4, I will say, Anthony was full of beans.
Oh, no. Sorry, Talk. Sorry. I've got to say, he absolutely destroyed both Herberts the other day. I felt so sorry for even Anthony the other day.
I know.
I felt bad for him.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't feel bad for you, though.
It's tough. I know you didn't. Yeah, I know that. I got that impression. That's all I'm saying. But it's a tough. Listen, talk about quiz because you sit there, you watch and everything else. But when you sat there and you got a Monday, he's there looking at you, and it's it's hard. It is a very hard quiz. It's the best quiz.
That time says Varane's been a bit doo-doo, to be honest. Doesn't attack the ball in the same way as Maguire. And Rushmano says, Turnsavy will leave this summer. Time for a new centre-back.
That's an interesting one, that, isn't it?
And I think Jones will go as well, to be honest with you. Box says, have we missed a trick by not negotiating deal for free agents to sign this summer? Pat Lawless says, them skills involve running into goalposts and licking windows.
Oh, dear. Akanji was superb against England.
And he's
we've already talked about him, haven't we?
Even though I think Barcelona were saying that they are negotiating a new contract with him. But Bruce not getting a cap was a joke.
Yeah, it's criminal.
Mr. B, ice cold Mr. B says, Box, you could be right, but who would you be buying the players? Who would be buying the players? We got no one with any sense at the club. Pat says all our past centre-back partnerships communicated together.
Yeah, this is the thing, and it's all about communication, whatever part of the pitch you're on.
Bat time with Vaughan. Glazers will cash in on all the land the club owns to a developer. Part of the deal will be to build a new stadium, and Man United will lease it. That's a tweet I think that he saw from somebody on Twitter. And Rushman is just correcting me. I was thinking of Arajuno, the Barcelona player.
Arujo.
Yeah.
Arujo.
Yeah.
Hold on. And
happy birthday, Agenda fam from the Silver Fox.
And if you want to go on banter any football, there's the Armory TV is part of what we do. You can join them as well. It was Paxton Road's birthday Monday just gone as well. So we're a family with
well done, all you guys.
Well done, guys.
Justin, somebody I haven't seen this name.
K Slate, welcome back, bro.
I
haven't seen K Slate. K Slate has been on loads.
Maguire has become a symbol of United's complacency. United player choice failure. This future path that we are on should, for all parties, not including Maguire, after the season.
Yeah. So, guys, in the chat, 24 in the chat. Come on, guys, hit that like, hit the like, hit that like and subscribe button, guys. If you're new to the channel. And if you
more topics. Feed me. We want more topics. Come on.
Feed us. Feed the goat.
In terms of topics, where are we going now?
Well, there's only one topic we're going to do now. Solidarity. Basically, obviously, this is still to do with Harry Maguire. A few of the players, England international, Jack Grealish came out today basically saying sort of it was embarrassing regarding fans booing. Gareth Southgate came out as well. Tottenham Hotspurs also came out basically backing and saying sort of we shouldn't really be booing players, obviously on international duty as well, which they stand by him. Now, guys, it seems like a lot of people are coming out actually backing and defending sort of Harry Maguire being with the England squad and also being part of the England team as well. That is obviously, that's a positive because all these other clubs can see what attribute he can bring. Obviously not for Man United right now, but for England. But hopefully he can get back on form.
That's one of the big. I mean, this is a an eye opener for all those people who were booing. Is the reaction that they've received. You're not talking about just Gareth Southgate here coming out and having a go. It's the rest of the England squad, and now Tottenham Hotspur and loads of other pundits and other people all over the shop are all in the same category and same boat. And at the end of the day, I have to agree. It's we've already said what we've said, but I'm glad to see solidarity around our England player. Really am.
The one thing I've read recently is from Michael Owen. He said in 1998, because he was like one of the best players there, even though he's young, in 98, the World Cup. And we're in the World Cup years. Remember that, guys. This is why we have to get behind the team. He said when Beckham got sent off in the change room, it was a nightmare. I mean, they were disappointed. But Beckham's wife suggested that Owen, who was only young at the time, was a well-known player, should have come out and said something in the media to back Beckham at that time, and she felt that no one did. Maybe that's coming through Beckham as well. So things have changed a lot. You see that, compare that 98, where all of the team must be disappointed. Imagine having 10 men running up and down against Argentina and then going out on penalties, and then you turn up in the change room and you see Beckham. I mean, you could be furious, won't you? But you obviously, people are media trained these days. And even if Maguire's paying for, or you might think he deserves the booze or whatever, you're going to get behind the team in public. So people are going to say the right things in front of the cameras. That is a given. It's very rare these days that people bury each other on camera. It doesn't happen that often, does it? You have to read between the lines sometimes to really see if there is a burial going on with someone's speech. It's no one's really come out, not Brian Clough anymore, where he come out blatantly. That's why he's never England manager. Come out blatantly and say, no, he's not good enough, send him back or whatever. It doesn't work like that anymore, So things have changed even since 98. That's just a good example of that.
So we're going to
just say briefly, OMONDI, you're hitting me deeply with this World Cup year business. Don't you know that Ireland aren't in the World Cup? Don't be doing this to me, fam.
Are you in the Six Nations? You're in the Six Nations. You still do well on that.
Egg ball.
Wooden spoon.
Do you know what, right. Rebel, let me just say this. Whenever anyone talks about Ireland and the World Cup and everything else, there's just always one moment that I just think about that always makes me smile. And that is Mr. Ray Houghton.
Yes.
World Cup, USA. Absolute wonder goal that was. And then just, you know what, that's enough for me. I'd love to see Ireland go further, but
I would love to, but they're 10
I thought you were going to say Ray Houghton against England in Euro 88 when we were terrible. And then 2 years later, we went and got to the semi-final of the World Cup, So it swings around about.
We're going to go through some of these guys. 25 watching. If you are watching and you're new, just hit that like and subscribe button as well, guys. Show some support. We're on the road to 1.5K. And remember as well, 26 in the chat. It is our 1 year anniversary on Monday, and we will be giving you away one of these beautiful hoodie of your choice. So where's the hoodie? Talk.
I'll show you right now. Let me just go and get it and put it on. Oh, there it is. There you go. Take away
you're going to get one of those ones, and you're going to have hold the phone on it.
You can have whatever. Whoever wins it, whoever wins the hoodie, right? You get whatever slogan you want on there. You've got good evening. You've got what's your thoughts? And
hold the phone.
Lots of others. Hold the phone.
David Moyes.
Is trash.
David Moyes.
David
Moyes. No, that would be a crack. Imagine walking around, you've got David Moyes on your top. You know what I mean? People like, hey, who's David Moyes?
Don't forget Roy Bleeding Kent.
Or is it the pink, what is it again? The pink
The Pink Dragon.
Pink Dragon, yeah, let's not worry about that. Can we just go through some of these comments quickly? Yeah. Can we read some of these comments quickly, to Rebel, and then we'll move on to the next subject. So I've got
Kay Slater says the method that Southgate chooses his players confuses me. Is it club form or is it what they've done in an England shirt?
I think it's what they've done in an England shirt. So there's this one here.
Garnacho is an exciting prospect for United. Eric will develop him well, says Saragon. Kay again says Big up to all of you in the chat and this vaulted panel.
Big up, man.
Yeah, big up case layer.
Saragon is saying, welcome to the Solidarity crew, man.
So solid.
Eddie's
Yo, big up,
Football
Eddie.
Waffle
Big up,
says,
Eddie.
big up, everyone. As always,
Yes,
thank you, Eddie. How serious is this compensation deal for Ten Hag? Eddie, it is absolutely lighting up the billboards of Sky Sports News. It is creeping into all the papers. So this one looks like we're waiting for a here we go. We haven't got it yet, though. Saragon says again, will our United players still chat rubbish about enjoying playing for their country more than our club? Interesting concept there.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting point because let's not hide that fact that has been mentioned also. Maybe. I mean, was that part of the deal as well? Because these things have been said by, was it Luke Shaw and I don't know if it was Maguire as well, but talking about
No, it weren't. It was Luke Shaw and our main man himself.
Poggers?
Yeah, Pogba.
Yeah, so
Pogba, man, Pogba.
You know, feeling more loved in the England team, and it's like, oh, you know, well, look, yeah.
So you got this one as well.
Brush says to us, it's very harsh on Maguire as he's done well for England, but perhaps people were booing to show the displeasure at the team being picked over form.
Hold on a minute. He was dropped the previous game, wasn't he? He didn't play the previous
game
against Switzerland.
Emma K back with us says, but a man who plays for our city rivals can't come out and say Maguire is an unbelievable player when they just battered us 4-1. That is embarrassing.
That's an interesting comment, actually. Yeah, because I mean, yeah.
Eddie's Football Waffle says, Man United agenda. Okay, well, it seems like the ball is rolling then.
Yep, well and truly.
And Susie82, very welcome. They don't feel wanted. Give them more money or another contract, lol. Hey, guys, you'll have to give them $1 million.
$1 million. Okay, guys. 35 in the 25 watching. 25 watching. Hit that like button, guys. 25. Enough. Lots of love tonight, guys. Lots of live love. Yeah, laughter. If you're new, hit this subscribe button as well.
Should we move on to our final topic?
Cavani, our main man. Cavani injured again, guys. For me, I'm going to put it out there. And guys in the comments, is it time Cavani hang his boots up, or should he have left in January? Because it seems like, listening to Ralph's press conferences, he's always there and thereabouts. He's always fit, but he's never made the squad. So let's, on Monday, what's going on with Cavani? Why is it he goes in international duty, he's injured, he'll come back, 2 weeks later, the press conference will be, yeah, Cavani trained with us, he's fit, but he's not in the squad.
What I want to know, like, Cavani's at that age now where he's getting on a bit. I want to know, I haven't done my research here, but I would like to know what sort of injuries he's getting, because I never seem to hear what the injuries are. Is it a persistent injury? Is it a muscle-based injury, you know, where he's with his training? I'm not sure. But one thing I will say about him, he's a quality player. And even if he's not electric pace anymore, he's still got enough movement and enough ability to do well in the Premiership and do well for us. And maybe, you never know, he might come on last day of the season and get us in the top four or something like that. He's still capable of that sort of magic. I remember the game against Tottenham at White Hart Lane this year. And for me,
you were there.
I thought, wow. Yeah, I was there. I thought, wow, Cavani, Bruno, and Ronaldo linked up really well. Experienced players on the same page. Cavani still got it. It's just unfortunate he's been out so much, you know. And where would we be if we had him consistently waiting to come off the bench?
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. B put a comment up. I will go back to everyone's comment, but on Monday.
Pump on Monday.
You can get that on your shirt as well.
You can have pump them on your shirt if you like. I'm still at loss as to what that is. I need it explaining in detail, but
no, you're right. Talk. We won't explain that one for you.
In terms of Cavani, from my point of view, I think, look, whilst he's sort of contracted to us, you know, in brackets, use him to the end of the season. But at the end of the season, look, I think it's time to say, look, you know, Yeah, au revoir.
Time
Good luck.
to
You know.
say goodbye.
Yeah, we've got to separate. I mean, at the end of the day, we've got to look ahead. I mean, I like what Paddy is in the chat was saying. You know, we're like Dad's Army FC. You know, and he says, "Oh, bless him. Oh, bless him. Oh, Cavani, bless him. You know, look at his age, bless him. He can't do this. You know." And it's right. I mean, we don't want to be Dad's Army FC. We want to be youth, courage, greatness FC. You know, giving it all every game, first half, second half, full of energy and beans, and just putting it on teams. That's what I want to see.
So comment here. Sorry, Rebel, go to you, and then we've got a few more comments to go through.
I think when we were looking at this first, before we signed Ronaldo, we were getting very excited that we had held on to Cavani for another year because he had given us lots to think about in the end of last season. Unfortunately, he started to turn out a bit like Dean Ashton, a bit like Louis Saha, and we're
What about John Hartson as well?
We're holding him together with a bit of sticky tape, a bit of glue, and MacGyver, that is in the medical tent at Manchester United, is clearly doing his best to patch them together and get him to the end of the season. Unfortunately, in hindsight, and hindsight the great thing, it's not looked like it's been a good business decision to keep Cavani for the remainder of the season.
Did we not sign Gandalf at the same time as we signed Cavani? You know, with his magic staff. So it's, you know, we've got the magic sponge, but we've got a magic staff. You know what I mean? But it's run out now. The magic's worn off. It's time to move on.
The Rebels, some messages here.
So Sargon wants to know, Solo, are you getting down on one knee and giving OMONDI a 1-year anniversary present? Sue says they don't feel wanted. Give them a more. We had that one earlier on. That's the $1 million question. Cavani, who's that? Says Eddie. It's weird to feel like that. Sue says, can't stop fans from booing. Maguire doesn't suit United. Be better than another club, not Manchester United. I presume Martial, she's saying for the same. Just saying no agenda how it is. Cavani's gone. We all know it.
Yeah.
Brush says Cavani has already mentally checked out. Man's chilling, looking forward to the summer and some reggae sauce. Mr. B says Cavani is making a mug out of us. He's laughing at us. Patrick says Daddy Army FC, pointless.
Yeah.
Sargon, Cavani saving himself for the Winter World Cup. Rush again says, I wonder if behind the scenes he felt disrespected at being stripped of number 7. Interesting point of view.
I didn't think of that one.
Sue's again saying, great show. We got Ten Hag. We didn't get has been pooch.
Where's my white flag? I need my white flag.
Premiership experience, as our ex-players say, go mad, lol. Klopp, Pep, they didn't have any.
Good comment, buddy.
Emma says Cavani can't move if we've got Cavani can't move if we've got a broken nail. He's not Rashford, who played for the club and country actually broken. Fair point.
Yeah, that's a point. Yeah, let's not forget that with Marcus, because he was injured.
Sue says, I'm Hardy's guy. Season's over, lol. Was a long time ago.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. 19 in the chat, guys. Absolutely brilliant. 21 in the chat, should I say, not 19. So, guys, what we're going to do now is we will be telling you guys again about right at the top of this stream. Would you mind doing that, Rebel? About the phone number. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the link to subscribe to us. Also, if you'd like to get involved in the score prediction, it's only 30-second or 40-second, how long you want to go, and then we'll get you up on the watch along before the game kickoff or at 5:30 on Saturday night. So we'll get you on as well. So just give your prediction. Pat, you're not here now, but Pat, also anyone who's a member, you do get the opportunity to go on to Mr. B and talk takeaway as well. 22 in the chat, Sky, on a Friday night. Remember, we are on the road to a total of 1.5k. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button to get us there, guys. And it's been absolutely fantastic. 23 of you guys still in the chat.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
Exactly. And we are going to come back tomorrow as well. We are going to come back tomorrow. And we have got our preview show, as I said. So we've got tomorrow, we'll be back tomorrow. We've got a preview show on Friday. We've got the watch along and the reaction show on Saturday. And then we've got the takeaway as well at 10 o'clock. And if you ain't seen the takeaway, you need to go see the takeaway as well. And also on Monday, unfortunately, meant to have a quiz show this week, but we're going to take over this quiz show. We're going to do the preview show instead. So, and then 1 year anniversary on Monday. So I'm looking forward to seeing all your beautiful faces, guys. 18 in the chat, guys. Also, if you want to still interact with us, just leave the comments on the YouTube link and we will get back to you. Also, remember to follow us also on Twitter as well. Yeah, and just remember we're on Twitter as well.
Don't forget, Chef Mr. B cooks a mean batter sausage, so get your orders in.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Chips and gravy.
Oh, come on, man. Chips and gravy. You talk, man. Seriously. You Mancunians up there, man.
Let
me just ask the question before we go. Can we just ask the question? Like, if anybody, whoever likes chips and gravy, just put a
no one does talk. No one does.
Whoever doesn't like chips and gravy, put a 2. Because
no
I'm telling you, there's going to be more ones.
No one likes it.
I'm telling you, bro.
No, if you'll excuse me, I'm getting hungry for my dinner.
Yeah. You didn't
guys, listen. Guys, 19 in the chat, just hit that like button. If you're new, just hit the subscribe button. But it's been absolutely fantastic show tonight. Really appreciate all the support, guys. I'm solo. I am solo. On Monday, your hands are up.
I just want to summarize my end of show summary would be I'm grateful that Ten Hag is leading that way, is looking that way. And Maguire, that was a good discussion we all had. I think we all agreed that it doesn't help if you're booing in the World Cup year. And Cavani, is an old crook. So, let's move on. And I really hope we win on the weekend. It's a massive.
Here, as they say, give it to any Cavani, pass him in the ball, and he'd fall to pieces.
Yeah, go on, Rebel. That's it. DJ Rebel in the house.
DJ Rebel in the house.
You know what you remind me of, like in Phoenix Nights? What's the DJ called in Phoenix Nights? Do you remember?
That's me, Patrick. You know where I am. Friday. It's Friday night.
Night. So you don't just get football here; you get comedy as well.
Yeah, and you get KFC as well. Apparently, I'm going to get KFC off Saragus. Apparently, he's been trying to stitch me up all night. Saragon, sorry, I say Saragon. Saragon. He's been stitching me up all night.
If you get in the KFC, bro, I'll have a Zinger Burger meal, mate.
Nah, that's weak. Fully loaded tower any day of the week.
I'll bet you get gravy. Make an announcement as well. We talk about food. I've just started an alkaline diet. I'm going vegan.
Oh.
Wish me luck, guys.
Wish you luck. Good luck. On Monday, we see you next week eating some curry goat, yeah?
Doing that behind the camera. Behind the camera. Come on. Don't be giving us that on Monday. We know what's happening.
Yeah, we know what's going on. Okay, guys, listen, from us, we'll be back tomorrow and we're here for the whole week. And then join us on Monday night as well for 1 year anniversary as well, where we'll be giving you a giveaway, but we'll have a little, obviously, we're not just going to give you something. There's going to be something behind the madness or but it will be a very simple task we're asking you to do to win.
And Solo's going to tell the story about how the agenda began.
I will do, actually. Yes,
all the behind the scenes gossip as well. So make sure you tune in, guys.
And Mr. B will be back as well, so we can talk about Mr. B and his antics when he's driving around London.
Which we get privy to on a daily basis. It's always amusing.
You'd have the sensor going every second though, and the Mr. B talk.
The beat machine will be broken. Let me tell you.
Listen, that's a lot of £5, in that swear jar. But guys, from us tonight, have a lovely evening. Good night. We'll see you back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Check us out. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.